Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 371. Now today, the collectible of the day is the Hasbro Toys Marvel Legends series Black Panther Wakanda Forever Namor action figure. Namor emerges from the MCU and Marvel Legends with this premium 6-inch scale action figure, inspired by Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This Namor action figure has premium detailing and multiple points of articulation for added posing and play. Including many classic-inspired details, this is also part of the Atuma Build-A-Figure wave. Namor also comes with his spear and an interchangeable set of hands, released by Hasbro Toys. Now, the comic of the day is What If, Volume 1, Issue number 41, with a cover date of October 1983, with story by Alan Zilinetz, art by Mark Silvestri, and cover by Michael Golden. This issue is What If Destiny Had Not Destroyed Atlantis? During the battle with Destiny, who was attempting to destroy Atlantis using his helmet of power, Namor, the Submariner, managed to defeat Destiny, and he then swam to the bottom of the ocean, where he buried the helmet of power into the ground. While Namor was away, his cousin Byra manipulated the Emperor Thakor into giving up his throne. Using the signet ring given to him by Thakor, Byra used his newfound regent status to imprison Princess Finn, the mother of Namor. Following the imprisonment, Byra struck a deal with Warlord Krang to give Krang power in exchange for his service, followed by a similar deal struck up with the High Priest Cormac of the Temple of Neptune. Later that evening, Byra spoke to the populace of Atlantis against Namor the Submariner, turning them against the avenging sun. Upon Namor's return, the general public of Atlantis spoke down to him, and when he went to visit Emperor Thakor, guards prevented his access to the Emperor. Namor then met with Byra himself, who revealed all that had happened in Namor's absence. Angered, Namor left for the time being, opting to not give the Atlanteans reason to suspect him. That night, as Namor slept, Byra crept into Thakor's room and murdered him, as well as the two guards in the room. Byra then snuck into Namor's room and left the bloody knife by his bed, so that Namor would be falsely accused of murder. The next morning, Warlord Krang arrived in Namor's room with 6 guards and accused Namor of murder and treachery. As the guards prepared to seize Namor, Namor fought them off and swam through the wall and out into the ocean. Namor was halted almost immediately when the Greek god of the 7 seas, Neptune, appeared and presented Namor with his trident. The Submariner declined the offer, claiming that he would never return to such a blind race that would reject without cause. Neptune warned Namor to beware of pride and disappeared with the waves. Weeks later, Byra was taxing his subjects of Atlantis into poverty. Atuma plotted against Byra, as well as Cormac and Krang, who were planning to stage a coup. While Krang was speaking with Cormac, Atuma and his hordes attacked Atlantis. Days later, the Submariner was still attempting to find solace inside what he thought was a cave. Unfortunately, the cave was actually a carnivorous plant creature. He was saved by a scout ship from Atlantis itself. The occupants of the ship then announced to Namor that Atlantis was under attack, and they needed the Submariner's help. Namor declined to help, as the Atlanteans had shunned him in favor of Byra. As Namor was swimming away from the scout ship, he noticed a surface ship in danger. Flying high above the ship, he discovered the ship was on fire, and that the humans needed help. Namor jumped into action and saved the 2 men on board. As he flew back to the ground with the men, the crew of the ship thanked him on behalf of the Galapagos Island Scientific Expedition Team. The crew invited Namor to stay for a toast, and Namor did so, staying with the crew on the Galapagos for a day or two. until another scout ship from Atlantis came afloat near the islands, once again beseeching Namor for help against Attuma, revealing that Namor's mother, Finn, had been slain. Angrily diving into the oceans, Namor yelled for Neptune, who once again appeared and offered his trident to Namor. Namor accepted the trident this time and confronted and defeated the army of Atlantis. The army was retreating and did not acknowledge Namor when he attempted to rally the troops. Knowing that he would have to confront Attuma himself, Namor tore his way into the Atlantean throne room, where Attuma demanded that his men seize Namor. Namor pushed the columns from the ceiling, causing it to collapse atop Attuma's men, killing all but Attuma himself and Namor. The two battled furiously, resulting in Attuma's death by Neptune's trident. Following Attuma's death, Namor spoke to the populace of Atlantis, revealing that they were now free. But the populace asked why Namor did not return earlier, as Atlantis was now destroyed and the remaining Atlanteans were leaving in self-exile. Soon after, Namor sat atop the throne of Atlantis, despite having no subjects. Geek Fact: in the actual story of Atlantis, Namor is sent to investigate the cause of the earthquakes ravaging their homes and faces Destiny. Destiny defeats Namor and uses his powers to destroy the Atlantean settlements, and in an act of pure sadism, he forces Namor to see in his mind's image the catastrophe, including the death of his mother Finn and his grandfather Thakor the king, even though most Atlanteans survived. Then Destiny used his mind control to force Namor to fly to New York City and become a beggar. Unaware of his real heritage for many years, he eventually got his memories back thanks to the actions of the superhero, the Human Torch. Bonus Geek Fact: in the 1910s, Paul Destine was known as Mentalo, a telepath in the circus, but he was a true telepath. Learning about his powers, he discovered there was a civilization called the Ancients that had these powers. In the 1920s, he joined an expedition to the Antarctic. They found an advanced dynamo built by the Ancients buried in the ice. He broke the ice to retrieve the item, but caused an avalanche. The avalanche broke free the serpent's crown of the Ancients. The Ancients called it the Helmet of Power. Destine placed it on his head, and it healed him and increased his strength and abilities, forever being named Destiny. Advertising Ad Fact: oh yeah! Get Kool-Aid Man's exciting new Kool-Aid video game free. Just drink 125 packs of Kool-Aid brand Kool-Aid and send in the proofs of purchase for the Kool-Aid Man video game. Available for play on the Intellivision or Atari 2600 video gaming systems. And look at those graphics! The Age of Gaming. Coming soon. Cobra is looking for a few bad men, but G.I. Joe is looking for a few good men. How do you decide? You don't. Play both sides with this new game for the Atari 2600 or the Sears Video Arcade. Command the forces of dark and evil, or join the courageous ranks of the G.I. Joe. Whatever your mood. Again, those graphics. If that ain't your cup of tea, then check out Burger Time, one of my favorites. You're the chef, and you have to make your hamburgers without getting caught by that nasty old wiener. A feast of an arcade game to go. This one is for the Intellivision, Atari, Apple II, or IBM computer, and the graphics are definitely better. Well, for 1983 anyway. And final Geek Fact: King Namor, the Submariner, is the ruler of Atlantis. Born as a hybrid mutant son of a human father and Atlantean princess, Namor's first interactions with the human world came when he joined the invaders to fight against the Axis powers during World War II. Since then, Namor has been both foe and ally of the surface world, allying himself with heroes such as the Defenders and the X-Men, and villains like Dr. Doom and the Cabal. For Namor's true allegiance is always to Atlantis and its people. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is Cat Fan Comics Man, and I'll catch you on the flip. over and out.